So the first thing that I think is interesting is this thing about beating Wilfred, the quote, he's going to beat Wilfred. I've got my copy of the text in front of me. And there's this bit where it says, "What for?" And Robert shook his head doubtfully. "I don't know, he didn't say." So this is the whole message of the text, as we've looked at in the series, about the different ideas of power: democratic power, the sort of equal, the voting we share, totalitarian power, a top-down, one person decides. And Jack is an example of the latter. And if he wants to beat someone, he beats someone. There's no kind of debate. There's no innocence until proven guilty. And we get this quote from Roger. He ceased to work at his tooth and sat still, assimilating the possibilities of irresponsible authority. Now, this idea of irresponsible authority is really crucial. This idea that with power comes responsibility. And, it's so easy if you've got power to misuse it. And then we have the quotation about the fact that Jack is naked to the waist. And I've talked before about how clothes are a symbol on the island. And the boys all land, they've all got clothes on, they start to rip, tear, degrade, and eventually they're pretty much naked. And this is a symbol of the fact that they are losing their humanity and their civilization, their civilized nature. If you think about it, clothes are an example of the civilized nature. The sort of primitive tribal world that they're regressing into shows that they're losing their humanity. A savage raised a hand and the chief turned. These characters are now referred to as savage and chief. So again, that primitive tribal urge now coming through, and they've lost all kind of humanity. And one of the big messages of this text, which Golding believed in, is that if we don't have rules and regulations and laws, we will regress. We will go back to our primitive, sort of tribalistic, animalistic state, which is inherently bad and inherently savage. And that we need leadership to control and to sort of stop us from going back into that primitive state. It's a clever idea, but on top of that, the idea is that power needs to be democratic and not totalitarian like we see. And then at the end, Piggy's broken glasses. This is a huge symbol. The glasses symbolize intelligence. The glasses being broken mean all intelligence is lost. Civilization is never going to be found again. They've lost the kind of intelligent, wise approach to anything. And, they can't see clearly now, both physically and metaphorically. So I hope you found this video useful. Please do subscribe to the channel.